It's a Saturday night, the record is spinning, the lights are low, and somewhere in the room somebody closes their eyes. Because that one song just reached inside their chest and rearranged something. Not the lyrics, not even the voice. Something underneath it, something warm and dangerous and perfect that they couldn't name even if they tried. That feeling, that invisible thing that turned a good song into a life moment, that wasn't the frontman. For decades, we built shrines to the voices, we bought the posters, we memorized the album covers, we followed the comebacks. But behind every legend standing in that spotlight, there was somebody else. Somebody in the shadows with a bass, a drum kit, a saxophone, a guitar. Playing something so extraordinary that the frontman's voice suddenly meant twice as much. They never got the poster. They rarely got the credit. Most of them never saw a fraction of the money. And the music industry counted on you never asking why. Tonight, we're asking. These are 11 backup musicians from the golden era of R&B and Soul, players so gifted, so criminally overlooked, that when you truly listened to what they were doing underneath those records, you realized the frontman was almost beside the point. But before we count them down, I need you to understand what kind of stories you're about to hear. One musician on this list created a 20-second drum break that has been sampled over 1,000 times. Hip-hop built empires on top of what he played. He died with $90,000 in unpaid medical bills because nobody ever gave him a single dollar for what they took. One of them invented an entirely new way to play their instrument, a technique every funk, R&B and hip-hop musician after them copied, refined, and profited from. They never received a royalty. They just kept showing up to the next session. One of them played on more #1 records than Elvis Presley, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and the Rolling Stones combined. And found out their label was moving cities when they showed up to work one morning and saw a note on the studio door. These aren't footnotes, these are the foundation, and tonight they finally get to stand in the light. Let's count them down. Number 11, Benny Benjamin. Here is something Berry Gordy, the man who built the most profitable black-owned business in American history, never changed about how he ran Motown. He would not start a single recording session unless two musicians were in the room, not a suggestion, a rule, non-negotiable. One of those two men was William Benny Benjamin, nicknamed Papa Zita, Motown's first drummer, a jazz-trained percussionist from Detroit whose sense of rhythm was so deep, so locked in, that producers said the whole session felt different the moment he sat down. His beats are the pulse underneath, dancing in the street, going to a go-go, money. That's what I want. Records that became the DNA of an entire generation's Saturday night. When Benny played, the groove didn't just sit in the music, it climbed inside you. But Benny was fighting something the music couldn't fix. Alcoholism, heroin. He showed up late, sometimes outrageously late, once claiming he'd been shot on his way to the studio. The other musicians covered for him. Producers waited. Because when Benny was right, nobody on earth could touch him. By the late 1960s, the addiction had taken everything. He was quietly replaced, session by session, until the calls stopped coming. William Benny Benjamin died of a stroke in 1969. He was 43 years old. He never heard his own name spoken at an award ceremony. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2003, 34 years after his death. The industry remembered him, just not while he was alive to feel it. One rule, one rhythm, one man. Then silence.
Before we continue, can I quickly say something on behalf of my wife? She's the one behind this channel, and she would never ask you for this herself, but I see everything. The late nights, the hours she spends bringing these songs back to life, just so someone out there can feel something again. And the part that really gets to me is this. Only about 10% of people watching are subscribed, so most people come here, enjoy it, feel the nostalgia, and then leave her behind. I'm not even saying this to make you feel bad, but yeah, it does hurt her. She just keeps going anyway. So I'm asking you, as her husband, if this channel has ever meant anything to you, even a little, please don't just watch and go. Take 1 second. Subscribe. It's free. But to her it means everything. It tells her she's not doing all this for nothing. All right, let's get back to the music.
Number 10, Larry Graham. Close your eyes. Think about every bass line that ever made you feel something physically. That thumping, popping, slapping sound that feels like the music is pressing against your ribcage. Larry Graham invented that. Before him, there was a correct way to play bass, controlled. 2 fingers, overhand. Larry threw all of it out. He started slapping the strings with his thumb like a bass drum and popping them with his finger like a snare, because his mother's band lost their drummer and couldn't afford to replace one. Larry was 19. He figured it out alone. What he called thumping and plucking became the foundation of every funk bass line you have ever heard. Bootsy Collins learned from him. Flea built a career on it. Marcus Miller, Victor Wooten, Stanley Clarke. Every slap bassist alive owes Larry Graham a royalty check they will never send. He played with Sly and the Family Stone from 1967 to 1972. For 5 years, that bass was the reason the whole machine worked. Then came a night in 1972, a post-concert brawl involving Sly's entourage turned violent. Larry Graham and his wife crawled out of a hotel window to escape. He never went back. Rolling Stone ranked him the 7th greatest bassist of all time. Prince, one of the most musically gifted humans who ever lived, considered Larry Graham one of his closest friends. Sly Stone had the spotlight. Larry Graham had the gift. Number 9. Maceo Parker. James Brown stopped his own show to announce him mid-song. In front of thousands of people, the godfather of soul, a man who fined his own band members for missing a single note, pointed across the stage and shouted, "Maceo, blow your horn." Think about what that took. Think about what you had to be capable of for James Brown to stop the show for you. Maceo Parker joined Brown's band in 1964, brought along as part of a package deal when Brown hired his drummer brother Melvin. Brown later admitted plainly, "I didn't know what I'd got." He played on Cold Sweat, "Papa's Got a Brand New Bag," "Say It Loud," "I'm Black and I'm Proud," "Sex Machine." He played on 13 James Brown albums. Then George Clinton wanted him. Then Prince wanted him. And in 2007, Maceo performed alongside Prince during 21 consecutive sold-out nights at the O2 Arena in London. He became the most sampled saxophonist in hip-hop history. His solos live inside records you have heard thousands of times without knowing it was him. Solo recognition didn't come until Maceo was 48 years old. He described working with James Brown as like being at university. He graduated long after he should have received his degree. Number 8. Wah Wah Watson. That opening guitar on Papa Was a Rolling Stone. The slow hypnotic winding sound that pulls you into the room before a single word is sung. That sound has 4 minutes. It was the 3rd of September. Minutes to build before the vocal even arrives, and it holds you the entire time. That's Melvin Reagan, known as Wah Wah Watson. 20 years old when Norman Whitfield called him into Motown for his first session. 20. The wah-wah pedal that gave him his name wasn't something he was taught. He saw another guitarist use one in a Motown session, went home, bought one, and spent weeks teaching himself. Then he he did something nobody had done. He made it flexible, sensual, conversational, like the guitar was breathing. That opening wail on Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On, the one that makes the whole room feel warmer the moment
Yes, I will.
it starts. Wah Wah Watson, the guitar on Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, him. Rose Royce's Car Wash, him. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, him. He appeared on records that have sold an estimated 100 million copies worldwide. When Stuart Matthewman began working with Sage before her debut album that would eventually sell over 50 million copies, he stated one clear goal. I wanted to sound like Wah Wah Watson, he said. He was my favorite guitar player. Melvin Reagan died on October 24th, 2018. He was 67 years old. The music is still everywhere. His name is still nowhere. Number 7. David T. Walker. If Wah Wah Watson was the heat, David T. Walker was the warmth that stayed after the heat left the room. Self-taught. Born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 7 years playing juke joints and blues clubs along the Chitlin circuit before Motown's doors opened for him. Not conservatory trained, not industry connected, just a man with a borrowed guitar and an ear that could hear exactly what a song needed before anyone else in the room could. He played on Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On, Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions, the Jackson 5's ABC, 5 times platinum. He appeared on over 2,500 albums across a 50-year career. With Marvin Gaye, he said, we could feel we were onto something extraordinary. When it came to Let's Get It On, we could feel the magic from the beginning. He was in the room. He felt the magic being made. He helped make it possible. And the world gave Marvin the Grammy. David T. Walker is 84 years old. He is still playing. Still the most famous guitarist nobody has ever heard of. We are halfway through this list. And what's coming in the second half? These are the stories that are going to stay with you. One musician still ahead of us gave up a full university scholarship to join his brother's band. One left home at 17 to save a legend show and ended up changing music forever. And number 1, the story of a man who played the greatest bass line in soul music history while lying flat on his back on a studio floor, drunk because the frontman refused to record without him. You don't want to miss what's coming. Let's keep going. Number 6, Verdine White. In 1970, Maurice White called his younger brother from Los Angeles with one question. I'm starting a band. You want to join? Verdine White had a full scholarship waiting at the American Conservatory of Music in Chicago. 4 years of classical training, a clear path. He gave all of it up, got on a plane, and arrived in Los Angeles on June 6, 1970. What he built instead was Earth, Wind and Fire. His bass on September isn't background music. It's the reason that song makes people stop whatever they're doing and move. His line on Shining Star hits like sunlight through a window you didn't know was there. Boogie Wonderland. That's the way of the world. Fantasy. Every groove, every pulse, every moment where the music lifts. That's Verdine. Earth, Wind and Fire sold over 90 million albums worldwide. And 6 Grammys. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Verdine played on every single record. Maurice White founded the band. Verdine White made it breathe. He is the only original founding member still performing with Earth, Wind and Fire today. Every night he takes the stage. He is honoring a decision he made at 19, a scholarship refused, a calling answered. One phone call, one lifetime of music, no regrets. Number 5, Bootsy Collins. He was 18 years old, 18, and James Brown's entire band had just walked out over a pay dispute, leaving the godfather of soul with a tour, an audience, and no musicians. Bootsy Collins and his Cincinnati crew got the emergency call. They walked into a rehearsal as complete unknowns. They walked out as the JBs, the most explosive backing band James Brown ever had. His bass on Sex Machine, Superbad, Soul Power. It didn't accompany the music, it was the music. Brown knew it. He pushed Bootsy harder than anyone else in the band because he understood that when Bootsy was locked in, the whole room elevated. Then George Clinton heard him play. Clinton reportedly looked at him and said, "I've been looking for you." Bootsy joined Parliament Funkadelic in 1972 and became one of the architects of the P-Funk sound, the music that influenced hip-hop, G-Funk, and every form of modern dance music that followed for the next 50 years. Rolling Stone ranked him the 4th greatest bassist of all time. His 1978 album, Bootsy, Player of the Year, went to number 1 on the R&B chart. He walked into a room at 18 to save someone else's show. He ended up saving an entire genre. Number 4, Nile Rodgers. He was the man who made David Bowie's biggest album. Before he produced Madonna's Like a Virgin. Before he wrote We Are Family, I'm Coming Out, and a guitar riff on Get Lucky that 635 million people have streamed on Spotify alone. Nile Rodgers was a teenager playing guitar for the Sesame Street Roadshow. He graduated to the Apollo Theatre house band, backing Aretha Franklin, Benny King, Parliament Funkadelic. Invisible in the way all great session musicians are invisible, present on everything, credited on nothing. When he co-founded Chic, Freak sold over 7 million singles. Good Times became the bass line the Sugar Hill Gang borrowed for Rapper's Delight, widely considered the first hip-hop record to reach mainstream radio. Nile Rodgers accidentally co-wrote the foundation of an entire genre. Then Disco Sucks happened. The backlash was immediate. Chic's records stopped selling overnight. Nile Rodgers, a man who had just made some of the most sophisticated dance music ever recorded, was radioactive. Then one night in a bar, David Bowie sat down next to him. They talked about jazz and soul until 5:30 in the morning. Bowie saw something the industry had dismissed. Let's Dance became Bowie's biggest commercial record. What followed? Madonna, Duran Duran, Beyoncé's Renaissance, Daft Punk's Get Lucky is one of the most extraordinary second acts in music history. He started as a backup musician. He ended up shaping the sound of 5 decades. Number 3, Roger Troutman. Picture a tube, a plastic tube running from a keyboard into a man's mouth. And from that tube comes a sound, half human, half machine, that nobody on earth had ever heard. Come out of an R&B record before. Roger Troutman didn't just play music, he invented a voice. Computer to love, more bounce to the ounce. I want to be your man. Number 1 on the R&B chart in 1987. In 1995, he appeared on Tupac's California Love and introduced the talkbox to an entirely new generation. T-Pain studied him, Kanye sampled him, Future borrowed from him. The sound never stopped spreading. And then the morning of April the 25th, 1999, Roger Troutman was shot multiple times in an alley behind his own recording studio in Dayton, Ohio. His brother Larry was found dead in a car nearby. A murder-suicide. The motive, believed to be a business dispute, was never fully confirmed. Roger Troutman was 47 years old. He left behind 11 children. His talkbox is still the most borrowed sound in modern R&B. The influence never stopped. Only Roger did. One tube, one voice, one genius, taken by the one person who should have protected him. Number 2, Clyde Stubblefield. 20
All night, so tough.
seconds. On November 20th, 1969, Clyde Stubblefield was behind James Brown's drum kit during a recording session. Near the end of a track, Brown pointed at him across the room. Play something. What Clyde Stubblefield played in those next 20 seconds became the most sampled drum break in the history of recorded music. Over 1,000
On job, with my feet in my hand.
songs. Public Enemy, Run DMC, LL Cool, J Beastie Boys, NWA, George Michael,
We get our share. Say it loud.
Ed Sheeran. 1,000 different artists reaching back to that one moment in that one studio, that one decision Clyde made in real time, improvised, unrehearsed, pulled straight from his soul. He played on Cold Sweat. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Get up. I feel like being a sex machine. He was the rhythmic architecture
Make a pair. Brother, we can't quit until
of James Brown's most celebrated years, and he received nothing for any of it. All the drum patterns I played
all right.
with Brown were my own, he said in 2012. He never told me how to play. I just played my own
One more time. Say it loud.
patterns, and I got none of it, not a dime. By 2001, Clyde Stubblefield had $90,000 in unpaid medical bills from cancer treatment. He could not pay them. It was Prince who sampled
All night, so tough.
Clyde's drums on his own recordings, who called the hospital quietly and paid every single dollar of that balance
Say it loud.
without being asked. Questlove of the Roots called him the one who defined funk music. Clyde Stubblefield died on February 18th, 2017. He was 73 years old. The beat is still
On job, with my feet in my hand.
playing. His name is still missing from the credits. 20 seconds that built a genre, a lifetime that built nothing in return. Number 1, James Jamerson, and this is the one. Born in South Carolina, raised in Detroit, a jazz musician who reluctantly picked up a Fender Precision bass in 1961 because a Motown producer handed it to him and said, "Try this." He was classically trained on upright bass. Electric felt beneath him. He was wrong about that. James Jamerson played on 95% of all Motown recordings between 1962 and 1968. My girl, I heard it through the grapevine. Reach out, I'll be there. What's going on? You can't hurry love. Dancing in the street. For once in my life. Bernadette. 56 number 1 R&B hits. 23 number 1 pop hits. Bass Player magazine named him the greatest bass player who ever lived. Rolling Stone agreed. Berry Gordy, the man who built Motown, had one rule he never broke. He would not begin a single recording session without James Jamerson in the room. And yet for over a decade, Jamerson's name appeared on nothing. Not one album sleeve, not one liner note, not one credit. The Night That Breaks Your Heart, Marvin Gaye was recording What's Going On, the song that would become arguably the greatest soul album ever made. He needed Jamerson's bass. He searched every bar in Detroit to find him. When he finally did, Jamerson was too drunk to stand. They brought him to the studio anyway. James Jamerson played the bass line for What's Going On, lying flat on his back on the studio floor. That bass line is considered one of the greatest ever recorded. The Funk Brothers, The collective Jamerson anchored, played on more #1 records than Elvis Presley, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and the Rolling Stones combined. And they found out Motown was relocating to Los Angeles when they arrived at the studio one morning and saw a note pinned to the locked door. Jamerson followed the label west. The work dried up. His style felt old to a new generation of producers chasing synthesizers and drum machines. The calls stopped. The alcoholism deepened. The man who had been the invisible heartbeat of the greatest music factory in history was now invisible in the worst possible way. He died on August 2nd, 1983. He was 47 years old, broke, bitter, and by every account of those who knew him, heartbroken that the music world had moved on while the songs he built were still on the radio. Paul McCartney has named him as one of his biggest influences. Rolling Stone ranked him the greatest bassist of all time. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the year 2000, 17 years after his death. Most people still don't know his name. The songs are still everywhere. The story is still nowhere. And that is the tragedy that should outlast all of them. These weren't background players. They were the reason the record felt the way it felt. The reason the song made you pull over on the side of the road and just sit with it. The reason somebody in a low-lit room closed their eyes and felt something they couldn't name. The frontman got the flowers. These musicians grew the roots. They didn't need the spotlight to be great. But tonight, for everything they gave, they've got it. Which one of these musicians surprised you the most? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this is the kind of music history that moves you, hit subscribe. These stories are just getting started.